Hello YouTube, it's the TrueMore64 back with another video, and today I'm gonna be reviewing Akida, Creature of Water. So here it is, and before I get into the review, let's go over one of my favorite parts of a review, the box. So here's the box. We have Akida, the Shadow Leech, information, the Uniter Mask, don't see, oh wait, there's Golly over there, Akida, Creature of Water, don't eat the pieces. I know I stole that from LJ, but I'm keeping that. Anyway, the Lego logo, Bionicle, Massive Control. On the back we have the combination model. We have the function, the actual size of the head, and the Shadow Leech. We got her, and we don't know at this point what the gender is for Akida, but for the time being, I'm just gonna assume it's a girl, well, a female, and just call it, well, for the rest of this video. We have information, buildable figures, and on top we have the Nuva symbol for Golly, and the creature symbol. And nothing really exciting on the bottom. So yeah, as I pull up my stupid chair, let's take a look at the set. First, let's take a look at the Shadow Leech. And this is pretty big, well, much bigger compared to the one that Akida came with. And dropped it. We got bigger legs. And also, they still got the same function. So yeah, anyway, and you do have a spinning propeller. And also, I'm gonna grab the Shadow Trap from Akida, and we could compare it. So yeah, pretty basic. Well, there is a big difference between those two. Anyway, enough of the Shadow Leech. Let's get into the main dish. Anyway. So here we see Akida, and yes, she comes with a stand. Hold on. Yeah, I was thinking of throwing Akida and just showing off the stand, but no, I don't want to do that. Anyway, a stand though! We got a stand! So yeah, anyway, that just plugs right onto the piece of Unity. And you could pretty much use it as a turntable until the Shadow Leech stops it. So anyway, I'm gonna use this as a turntable for right now until I get my own turntable. And no, not a record player. Anyway. And also, can someone comment down below to where I could get one? Because I'd like to get one. Anyway, moving on. Here we have the set. Now for articulation, got 2 points in the head, 2 points in the tail. Oop, knocked the camera over. Sorry about that. There's a swivel in the side fins. And that's pretty much it for articulation. And she does have a function. If you take this fin, pull it up, you pretty much do that. But it's not very useful unless if it's with the combination mod. Well, unless if you unite them with, unite her with Golly. So yeah. Anyway, and also, these can articulate up to that point. And that point. But I like to keep it at like a 45-degree angle. So yeah, that's pretty much it for articulation. Now, she does have stud launchers, and we'll bring in an old friend, Mr. Cup. So, to pretty much demonstrate these, I'm only gonna do it with one. I'm gonna place it in the cup here, and you want to turn this rotor here. And no more studs on that one. And also this can spin freely after you launched all the studs. And one thing is, since she has 2 stud launchers, and this is the first set, well, Bionicle set, with 2 stud launchers. So, yeah. And also, since she has 2 stud launchers, she comes with 13, almost said 32 for some reason. But yeah, 13 extra studs. And I think that's a motorcycle. You can hear it. But yeah, 13 extra studs. Right there. Right there. How are you gonna... But what are you gonna do with them? What I like to do is just place them in the holes of the set. Like all over. Except for here. These 2 are off limits. You can even place them on the sand though. But the only place that you cannot, under any circumstances, put any studs on is on the piece of Unity. And I'll show you that in a minute. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Akida. And I need to put the camera down. So yeah. Just gonna get a 360 look at her. So yeah, anyway, that is pretty much it. Now, let's get into the combination with Golly. So here's Golly. Raising the camera up. Now, what you want to do is first adjust the tail. like so. You want to place these two peg holes into these two pegs, like so. Then you want to place the head right there over her mask, then raise this up like so. And you can do whatever you want with these two fins, but I like to raise them up just a bit, like on an angle, and then adjust the tail so you can balance her. So here is them united, and she does have stud launch, like a stud launcher cannon on her shoulders. So yeah, that is pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. And everything still works on Golly. If I could get them like so. And also, one thing is I forgot to mention on Golly's review is the gear function. There is a flaw to the gear function. This does vary, but sometimes you will get a squeaking noise when you turn gear. But that is fixable if you dust off the pieces just a bit before building the set, or B, I hear like pulling them apart and putting them back together will do the trick. Sometimes I haven't done that myself because honestly I cannot get them off on any of my sets. But yeah, but that does take away some friction, so do be wary of that. Mine haven't really squeaked all too much, but well, except for Pahatu maybe. So yeah. Anyway, that is about it. So let's get into the final thoughts. And I forgot the comparisons again. I'm gonna grab Tahu combined with Akira, and Tahu's still taller. So anyway, now let's get into the final thoughts. Okay, now for the final thoughts, as I adjust my chair. I honestly enjoy these sets, honestly. I cannot recommend them enough. Go out and buy these, honestly. You still got, like, I don't know, 6 months to get these sets. Well, you have till at least 2017 to get these sets. Honestly, just go out and buy them. Honestly. Buy them for your kids, even. They're just that good, honestly. And I bet it's gonna keep getting better. I mean, with these complex builds, even, we are getting a classic Gen 1 Bionicle. So, honestly, get these sets. Get them. You won't be disappointed. Now, that is pretty much it. I will leave a link in the description down below to where you can buy these sets. And I will also, follow me on Twitter, and I'll leave a link down below to where you can follow me. So that is pretty much it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. My next review will be on Pacaya from 2006, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.